Hello to all of you beautiful people inside of my phone, and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today, I am reviewing the 2020 LEGO Star Wars Razor Crest from the Mandalorian television series on Disney+. And yes, I know, I am very late on getting this review out to you guys. Honestly, between the hype of the Mandalorian and a ton of other things happening in my personal life, making a lot of TikTok videos, etc., I apologize for not getting this review out to you sooner. So if by this point you're still wondering, should I still get the Razor Crest or should I not? Hopefully this review can help you. The set number is 75292, the ages recommended for this set are 10 and up, and the piece count is 1023 pieces. It's a great set, a solid build, and a lot of fun to play with. And yes, I still do play with my Lego. So I believe this set in the beginning was a LEGO store and Amazon exclusive. I luckily was able to grab this set the first day that it came out at the LEGO store. There was a long line out the back of the mall, but I was still lucky enough to grab this set. Unfortunately, since after, I have noticed that these sets are not on the shelves anymore. The Razor Crest has definitely become a harder to find set. The set originally retailed for $130 in the US, but it has significantly gone up in price since then. On Amazon and eBay, it's gone up to around $200. So depending on if you decide that you want to use this set as a collector's item and put it on your shelf, or you might want this as an investment set, this set still might be something you're looking for. If you're still debating on whether you would like it or not, I hope this review helps you come to that conclusion. This is a fun set to build and is a solid model once you've completed it. Now, of course, I do have a few critiques for the set, but I can clarify those discrepancies at the end and let you know what I think as I'm showing you the close-ups. So strap yourselves in and let's get right into the review. So let's take a look at these LEGO figures. First up, we have the Mandalorian himself, Din Djarin. He has some amazing torso and leg printing, but unfortunately, no arm printing. Boo! The printing on the torso and legs make up for it. We even get some belt printing, which makes me happy. If we turn him around and lift up the cape, he does have some pretty good back printing as well. But in all honesty, this figure is nowhere near how amazing the newest Mandalorian Din Djarin figure coming with the Trouble on Tatooine set is. Wow, that is an amazing figure. And yes, I will be getting that set as soon as I can get my hands on it. The helmet itself on this guy is not the greatest, but it'll do. I really do like the lighter chrome color that it is in that new Trouble on Tatooine set. I like that we do get the gunmetal gray at least, but it's just a little bland to me. Honestly, the figure at the top of the box art looks amazing compared to what we get in this set, I hate to say. But to be fair, this is the scrounged up armor that we get for the character at the beginning of the series, so I suppose it makes sense from the story's perspective. I also do like his pulse rifle. It comes in 3 pieces. This lightsaber hilt piece that attaches to a claw piece, and then on the end of this blaster with a scope. So pretty simple to make on your own if you really wanted to. Although that dark brown lightsaber hilt would probably be hard to come by if you're trying to make an exact replica of this blaster. And not that the set comes with one, but if you wanted to put a rangefinder on the side of the helmet, that's what that would look like. His helmet does come with some holes in it to do something like that. And I almost forgot, for all of you wondering, the Mandalorian head is just a regular black head that has no printing on it. So I'm fine with that because you don't see his face in the Mandalorian until the very ending of season 1, so I'm cool with it. Up next we have the child, aka Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, from the Mandalorian. If you're wondering how large this figure is, he's 1 stud in size, so he's very, very small. I really do like the printing we get on the torso, but there is no printing on the back, unfortunately. But still, I can understand how difficult it might be to actually print on this small of pieces, so it makes sense. We do get some printing for the eyes as well, and the head does come off, but no other pieces come off of this figure. The head is made out of rubber, if you're wondering, so the ears do move back and forth. Try not to rub it too much because the texture of the mold will disintegrate, as with other Lego rubbery pieces. It's a great figure for Baby Yoda, but like Mando, these two do come with other sets. This is also the same figure that comes with the buildable child statue and the Trouble on Tatooine set, so there's no exclusivity with this figure. Also, I forgot to mention, this is the exact same Mando figure that comes with the AT-ST Raider, so not an exclusive figure as well. Up next, we have the Scout Trooper figure. Although there is no arm printing for this figure, it does come with some amazing torso, belt, and leg printing. Always love belt printing, as you can see. The helmet printing for this figure is great as well. We even get some under the visor area. We have plenty of helmet printing on the sides and back. Even just the little details really do matter. And of course, we do get some back printing with this figure as well. I do not believe this is an exclusive figure to the set. I'm pretty sure this is the same figure that comes with the Empire vs. Ewok set, but I'm sure you will correct me if I am wrong. Overall, even if it's not exclusive, it's still a great figure and I would highly recommend it. I love having a more detailed variation of the Scout Trooper compared to the ones that I have from the Battle on Endor bunker set. If you're wondering what those look like, obviously this is a great remake of the figure. Next up, we have the IG-11 figure, which is technically exclusive, but has been made relatively similarly in the past. And by that, I mean this is the IG-88 figure that came in the Bounty Hunter Battle Pack. It's pretty much the same figure, let's be honest. If you're counting one very minor difference in printing on the headpiece, yes, it's a new figure. The figure does come with 2 blasters, one being the blaster rifle, which goes on the back. Using a stud and a clip, the rifle is able to be put on the back of the figure. And even though this is technically an exclusive figure, it's just a bit underwhelming unless you don't have any other IG figures yet. I don't know, I hate to be negative about it, but let me know what you think of this figure. It's just a little meh for me. And lastly, we have the Greef Karga figure, which is in fact an exclusive for this set. Now, although he has some great torso printing, unfortunately, there is no leg printing for this figure, or arm printing, but he does come with some back printing. As you can tell, it's not super duper detailed, but it's still pretty cool to have this exclusive figure. He does come with 2 blaster pistols with scopes, so that's also very cool. Now the figure does come with a double-sided face, the first being this sly smile across his face with a mustache, and the second is an almost upset look that Greef Karga has. I just want to point out, I think it's really funny that the mustache and mouth are literally parallel with each other. He honestly just looks done with your crap. The hairpiece itself is also very nice, there's some good texture with it, but overall, I think the figure itself is a little lackluster. I wish it had more printing on the legs and maybe even the arms. I hate to be whiny about it, but this is kind of the only exclusive figure that you get with the set that's $130. I feel like there should be some leg printing. I don't know, like I said, let me know what you think of these figures. They're just a little lackluster the more I think about them. Alrighty, so let's take a closer look at the set itself. Now before we get into our close-up of the set itself, let's take a look at the stickers, and there are a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. 13 stickers. What a great unlucky number. Now these 2 stickers actually belong on the smooth part of the cylindrical engines. Instead of having stickers for the weathering and circuitry, I would have much rather had it be all brick built. It is Lego, of course. I don't know, is that too much to ask? But I mean, the real reason that I am anti-stickers is because it completely devalues the set once you apply them. Especially if I wanted to resell the set, which I probably never will, but that's besides the point. I am a Lego purist. Also, over time, as the stickers get older on your sets, they tend to harden and peel off, and it's really gross, and I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can. Also, this instruction manual containing 246 pages is very thick, but it has some great binding, so very nice job, Lego. And of course, on the back, you can always win big with Lego. Also, the set does come with a total of 6 bags, so that is what you get out of 1 through 3 and 4 through 6. And as always, if we turn to the back, there is an ad for the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video game, and some of the figures that come with the Lego Star Wars Summer 2020 wave. And if we flip to the next page, here are images of all the Lego Star Wars sets from 2020. And because why not, here is a look at the big box that comes with this set. It's actually not as big as I kind of originally envisioned it to be, but still pretty large. Shows all the features on the back, and maybe this is the reason why you want the set, to get the secret unlock code for the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video game. Huh. Honestly, I'd feel really bad if you can't get this set in that game without buying it. This is the main ship from the Mandalorian, and you have to buy this exclusive set to get it in the game? I don't know, that's kind of cheap. That'd be like having to buy the Millennium Falcon to be able to play it in the video game. It's like one of the main Star Wars ships. How do you do that? The figure on the top is the Mandalorian. Honestly, it's a pretty meh box. It's just not very exciting. The art isn't spectacular. I've seen better. Although I wish the Mandalorian figure looked like that. That is a really cool looking figure. Probably the best part of the box. So here's a close-up look at the set. You can tell that it is a very solid build. It's actually fairly heavy, I'm not gonna lie. And it is quite sizable. You can tell that by comparing it to a minifigure. It's pretty big. We can do a complete 360-degree perspective on it. Pretty cool set. There isn't a ton of detailing in it as a model, but it is a very solid build. It has a great structure. Now, as you can tell, there's not a lot of detailing in the side paneling, but it's a very plain ship to begin with anyway, so I don't have a lot of gripes with that. I do feel as though these back engine areas are a bit too simplistic for my taste, especially with the level of detailing that went onto the front. But as I've already shown you, the set does come with a lot of stickers that attempt to add more detailing to the design. In reality, being that this set is $130, I feel like there could have been some more printed pieces instead of just adding stickers on later. Now granted, the cockpit is actually a printed piece, which is a very nice printed piece, I might add. And I think that this is factored in that $130 price point, so it makes sense. I'm also not opposed to LEGO finding more ways to put detailing into their sets with bricks. As a model, a set should be able to stand on its own without stickers. Now I feel like this set does, don't get me wrong, but compared to some of my other vehicles, there is a clear lack of detail in this model. Now while we have it open, let's take a look at the cockpit itself. As you can see, there's plenty of room to fit at least 2 figures in there, and even have Mandalorian holding Baby Yoda. There is also a really nice printed piece for the control panel as well. The cockpit piece is also very easy to remove and fit back on. It locks perfectly into place even if you jolt the set around or turn it upside down. Now although you don't see it in the show, the middle does come equipped with an escape pod piece. But when you take it out, you do get a view of the inside, and it is completely open. So if you're flying through space, you're gonna have some problems if you take the escape pod out. The escape pod is very easy to open up as well. Just put your finger in the middle and the hatch opens like so. It's also very easy to fit a minifigure into, just like that. And if we put the front hatch back on, Grief Karga is completely encased in his escape pod tomb. Now, although this was a very fun set to build, there were a few parts of the instruction manual that were a bit tricky to understand. I actually struggled with this front panel piece. It's very hard to lock into place because there are some other pieces blocking it from fitting into where it needs to go. The engines, because they are very similar in design, can be super repetitive and monotonous to build. Especially these parts, even though they're small, you build a lot of the same piece. And on the topic of these front engine detailing pieces, they easily pop off all the time when you don't want them to. Now another minor complaint that I have is the location of the spring-loaded shooters. Being on the top where they are, when you grab onto the set to lift it up, sometimes you actually hit the top of these and you'll accidentally fire them. In case you really enjoy chasing a spring-loaded missile across the room, it can be very annoying. Just to show you how easy they are to fire, I'm going to barely bump this top piece. Did you see that? I barely touched it. I also have no clue where it went either. And then when you actually go to put it back in, sometimes this piece that comes down will actually jam on the inside and you can't get it back in where you want it. There was one time that I actually had to take this all apart in order to figure out why the spring-loaded shooter wasn't going back in, and it was because this was stuck on the inside. Now, although I did say this set has a lack of detailing, there are some parts to it that I do enjoy, such as these grill pieces, and these actually do lift up and go down. But I genuinely don't think they're meant to. Now, I do like this really small side panel on the back, but it does so easily come off all the time. For such a durable set, it does have its problems. Let's explore the inside of the set. If we open up this panel piece, you can see that there is plenty of room for the spring-loaded shooters that fire out the top. I really like that there is a specific area for them in this set because at times they are a pain in the neck to keep track of. And if we turn the set around and look at the opposite side panel, there's an area for Mando to sleep. Now, after a very long day of bounty hunting, sometimes Mando just needs a rest, and we can close that up just like so. On both sides, the same hinge piece can come down and form a ramp. One thing that I really like about this set is the ability to open up all these panel pieces and have a very open view of the interior of the model. You can easily place figures or other smaller vehicles like speeder bikes in the middle. Now you can see how much room there actually is on the inside, and this is a great play feature for kids. You can load the ship up with all of your figures and take it with you on your next adventure. And if we put down all of these flaps, there is a complete open view of the set. There are so few other LEGO Star Wars sets that have the ability to do this, so I'm actually in love with this feature. Now, another play feature that I have a major complaint about is the Carbonite blocks that you're able to place in and out of the interior. These did not come with printed pieces and require stickers to be placed on them. And if you know me, I absolutely despise stickers. These pieces should have definitely come printed. Now, they are very easy to slide in and out, just like so. But if I'm being honest, there are times where you open up the middle, and surprise, surprise, these just tend to fall out. Once again, it's just a very big disappointment that they did not print those pieces, and instead went the sticker route. I would much rather prefer getting a Carbonite printed piece like this, which LEGO used to make back in the old days. Now, even though I already showed you before, I will show you again. These are those stickers that belong with the Carbonite bricks. They do have a shine to them, and they're higher quality stickers, but they're stickers nonetheless. It really is a shame because these are great prints, but I would have liked for them to be on the bricks. So with our close-up look of the set complete, let us wrap up the review with some final thoughts. So, final thoughts. Should you get the set? Should you not? Well, it kind of depends on who you are and why you want it. As an investment set, this is actually a great set. I'm low-key wondering if I should go out and try to find another one of these in order to keep it sealed in the box and then sell at a later point, because this set has become a lot more valuable in the recent months. The fact of the matter is, this is the main ship from the Mandalorian series, the Razor Crest, even though it did meet quite an unfortunate end in Chapter 14, so maybe that changes your opinion on the set. I don't know. The way you look at the set is kind of in a way dependent on how you like the Mandalorian television series. If you love it, and you want the Mandalorian ship to put on your shelf, by all means, this is your set. But if you're a little half and half in the Mandalorian series as a whole, and this just looks like another gray LEGO Star Wars ship to put on your shelves, then this set is not for you. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the set. It's a solid ship to build, but at the same time, I think that my preferences for the Mandalorian series might give that its value. Being that I love the show so much, I view this set as being of higher quality than other LEGO Star Wars sets. And it comes with a lot of the key characters from Season 1. As a LEGO collector, I buy things that I'm a fan of, and it turns out that I'm a big fan of the Mandalorian series, so I love this sitting on my shelf, because it reminds me of that. But let's look at this in a different regard as well. For investors, this set is the main ship from the Mandalorian series, and in my opinion, I don't see them remaking this set for a very long time, if ever again. Honestly, I view this set the same way that I view the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels. It's the main vehicle from the show, it sold very well in stores, and they never remade it. And after the set was taken off the store shelves, of course the price went through the roof online. This set isn't even retired, and already the price has doubled online, being $200 in some cases on Amazon and eBay. Now, being that it is the holiday season, and that this set is already hard to find, it's understandable that the price would increase so much. But in my opinion, in a few years, if you leave it in the box, I think this set could be as valuable as the Ghost is right now at $300 to $400 easily. The model itself is very durable and fun to build. Now admittedly, as much as I enjoyed the build, it did feel a little monotonous at times, as the engines were a bit repetitive in their design, and it's all one color, gray. But welcome to building LEGO Star Wars ships. A lot of them are gray. Now when you hold the set, it feels very solid, but yet there are a few pieces that tend to break off. Specifically, these details on the front of the engines tend to come off all the time. It's also very easy to either jam or launch one of these spring-loaded shooters. I highly dislike their placement in this set. There are a few tricky parts to the build, specifically the front of the cockpit, but other than that, it's fairly easy to construct. What I really like about the set is how much open space there is on the inside of the model. That gives kids a lot of playability for the set. You can put more figures in there, throw a speeder or two in there, and you still have plenty of room. Between the escape pod, cockpit, interior bay, and the spring-loaded shooters, this set has plenty of play features. And plus, for kids, this is the hero's ship from the show, and who wouldn't want to have this on their shelf? Now, one thing I will note is the lack of exclusivity within the figures. The Child, the Mandalorian, and the Scout Trooper are not exclusive figures for this set. Now, IG-11 is considered an exclusive figure to this set, but there are very similar figures to this model. Now, Grief Karga, on the other hand, is the one figure that feels completely exclusive to this set for now. And the reason I say that is because I can easily see them making another figure for that character in the future. Now, I also think that this set is a big missed opportunity for us to get a Kuil figure as well. I'm just hoping in the future, fingers crossed, that we eventually get a collectible minifigure for Kuil. But I mean, for the value of this set, you're getting a great array of figures, the primary ship from the series, and a set that really encapsulates season 1 of The Mandalorian. But if I had to rate this set on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I would give the Razor Crest an 8.5. It's the primary ship from The Mandalorian, the price is going to go through the roof for investors in the future, the model itself, the playability features, and the minifigures are all great, but it really does depend on if you like the series as a whole. And like any LEGO set, it's not perfect. I truly love this set, it's a great build, but to be honest, it does have its flaws. I hope this review gave you some value to understand whether this set is for you or not. Please leave a like down below if it did, and comment as well, telling me if you have this set, and if you do, would you recommend it to someone else, or if you don't have the set, will you be getting it in the future? Thank you so much for watching, I love you to pieces, and I will see you in the next video. Roll the outro! Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you did enjoy this piece of content, please do consider giving me a like and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Here's some other video recommendations that you should check out. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content from me. Thank you so much for the support and have a great rest of your day.